All right, Thrive Nation, on today's show, you're going to get a chance to hear from an actual, real entrepreneur. Now, he may look like a male model, but no, he is not a male model. He may look too good to be true, but no, he's a real person. He's a wonderful client, a great guy to serve, a great guy to work with. He's having a lot of success with his company, and he's here to share his story. Ruben Durand, welcome to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell us, where are you located, sir? And I'm going to take notes here so people can, verify you have a real company, a real website. Where are you located?
Okay, we are in Riverview, Florida, and that's about 30 minutes out of Tampa.
Okay, so Riverview, Florida, and I'm taking notes here. This is a real thing, folks. Now, what's the web address people can go to right now if they want to prove that your website is real?
Yes, we have toplawnpros.com.
toplawnpros.com. I'm going to pull up the website right now. I'm going to pull it up on the screen so everyone can follow along here. This is toplawnpros.com. This is the website here. And how did you originally hear about us there, sir? How did you come in contact with us?
All right. Well, I'll give you the long story short. I was following a YouTube person, and they mentioned the podcast. And I decided to give the podcast a try. So I went ahead and started listening to the podcast, binge listened to about, 100, 150 episodes before I decided to check out the conference. So I was last year in March, I went to the conference in Oklahoma, went over there and checked out the conference. After that, I decided to start implementing a few of the things that, you suggested during the conference, and then I reached out, decided to see if I could have an opportunity for coaching. So that's how I learned about you guys.
Now, I've been doing this since 2005. So this is, at this point, 18 years doing the same thing and helping people grow companies. And I love it because we meet wonderful people like you. And I talked to a guy the other day, true story. And he told me, he said, Clay, I've been listening to your show for it had to be at least 7 or 8 years. I said, well, you've been listening? Because I've been doing my show for over 10 years. He said, bro, I listen every day. And for whatever reason, I just never thought that I could grow my company. And then he said, it's a crazy story. I run into some guy at my church, who uses you guys. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to reach out then. And he's like, this guy's grown his business dramatically. What kind of growth have you had since you started working with our team there?
Well, it's been a 100% growth. So to this point this year, we've generated as much revenue as we did all of last year.
So let's be clear. So you're saying right now in July of 2022, so you're 7 months into the year. We'll call it 8 months into the year. So you still have, 4 more months of the year left, and you've already exceeded last year's sales totals?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Now, if you keep it growing at this pace, where do you think you'll be in terms of growth over last year? Do you think you'll be more than double, or do you think it'll be about double, or what do you think?
It'll be slightly over double if we keep up the pace of what we had last year.
Now, I want to get into some stuff, the stuff behind the stuff, because a lot of times you hop on a wonderful show and there's great podcasts out there where they talk about the stuff like you got to work on your business and not work in your business. And you're going, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Or you'll hear people with a different kind of tone. They'll say, you need to work on your business and not in your business. Or you'll hear a kind of a funny guy, well, you want to work on your business and not in your business. But you're like, what? Yeah, but what does that mean? So I'm going to get into the stuff behind this stuff. 10 things that you're doing to grow your company. And there's a lot of things we're doing, but I just want to focus on the big 10 here. You have to gather objective reviews from clients. You have to gather objective reviews from real clients, from real clients. Why do you have to gather objective reviews from real clients?
Well, the reviews are, you can't put a price to the reviews, because I get calls every single day of customers or potential customers saying, hey, I found you on Google and you guys had the most reviews. You guys had the best reviews. You guys had the best ratings. And that's why we decided to call. Half of the time when they call, they're already sold. There's no selling money. They're already sold because they looked at your reviews. They our website, checked out our website, and everything matches up. It looks great, and they're already sold. So Google reviews are valuable. We made it part of our process, our system with employees to gather Google reviews, objective reviews from the customer. So when they're at the customer property, they can knock on the customer's door once they're done with the work, show the customer the work, and they got the opportunity of doing not just the Google review, they can also do a video review. And we've got about 60 video reviews. You can go on our website and check out all those 60 video reviews. We're doing a great job with those.
Now, again, this is the stuff behind the stuff. Somebody says, I don't want to talk about the stuff behind the stuff. I want to talk about the emotional stuff. Okay, we can get excited. We can get emotional. We can get fired up here. We can do that. But I just want to make sure we're clear. You got to gather real reviews from real customers. Second is you got to get real video reviews from real customers. And for anybody who says, I don't know what you mean by that. I'm talking about you asking a real person, hey, how happy are you with the service that we provided you? And then that customer is going to give you their feedback. And you record that, and then we upload it to your website. And that's and it just has to happen. You say, well, how many do I need? You're never done, folks. You're never done. This just in. You're never done. It's like grass. It's like cutting grass. You can't stop cutting grass. You got to you got to keep mowing that grass. That's a great thing for people like today's guest, Ruben. The grass keeps growing. And I mean this, you got to keep cutting that grass. Activity number 3. I don't know if you've started this yet with your coach who's helping you down the path, because I make a path and a plan for every single client that we work with. And a big part of that, after we get the marketing and the branding and the website optimization going, now we got to start to hire people. Have you started the process of doing the weekly group interview? Has that began happening for you yet?
You know what? Before I did any interviews or group interviews, we had some employees that were terrorists. So they were holding us hostage and trying to get us to do things their way and paying them whatever they wanted to get paid and work the days that they wanted to get paid. After I started working with the coaching program, we were able to get into these weekly interviews. And not only doing the weekly interviews, we're also doing a day of shadowing. So that gives the employee the opportunity to see our culture here at Top Lawn Pros and see if this is a good fit for them. But it also gives us the opportunity to see if this person is going to be a diligent doer. So one of the things that we do is we do that weekly interview at the same day, same exact time, every single week. And so what happens when we do that is that we get to see who's going to be on time, who's showing up on time. This guy didn't show up on time, well, he's not even allowed into the interview. Number 2, we invite them for the day of shadowing. When they come and do the shadowing, are they showing up on time? Are they following the uniform that we asked them to wear for that day? Are they diligent? Are they going to be a team player? And we get to filter through employees really quickly. And we've created a great working culture due to this weekly interview. So I love the weekly interviews.
Now, this is a big thing because I see people that tell me they're beaten from years of doing business the wrong way. The other day I was talking to a guy, true story, and I'll be kind of vague so as to not give away too much details. But I am always flipping a house or investing in a property, and I have kind of a method to that. That's a whole separate show. But I'm meeting this guy, and this guy was a professional baseball player. He played professional baseball over a dozen seasons, pro baseball. And he actually teamed up to throw a no-hitter years ago. I'll give you that much information. And but he a professional baseball player, and he looked beat up. And I said, "You good?" You know, he looked like he had gone through some just a heck of a life. And he said, "Well, baseball, I'd get up there, I'd pitch. I had a plan, with the catcher, call the pitch, I'd throw the pitch. I had a workout routine. I had the whole thing. It was like, eat this food, follow this workout, play in this game. It was for me, it was like a routine, and it was great. And I didn't know when I bought rental properties that my life would become a personal hell. And I said, a personal hell? He says, it was terrible. I said, why was it terrible? He said, you can't find any good people, and my staff, they're holding me hostage. These people don't want to clean the rental houses. And I'm going, dude, you got to do the group interview. He's going, what's the group interview? I said, bro, every single Wednesday night at 5:30, I interview all potential job candidates. So whenever you apply for a job with me, I say, we want to interview you this Wednesday at 5:30. And I might interview 40 people. I might interview 50 people. I might interview 4 people, but I'm going to interview them all every single Wednesday. And he goes, why do you do that? I said, because the people that are late, like you were saying, if they're late, they're always going to be late. And if they're late to the interview, they're never going to start to be on time. And he says, really? You do? I said, yeah. And he goes, wow, I'm doing like one-on-one interviews. Man, you just gave me back my day, my week. He was so fired up, but he said, what else are you doing? And I said, well, and this is the guy I'm talking about his property. As he said, I'm trying to get him to show me his property, and he says, well, what else do you do? I said, well, want to get objective reviews on your rental properties, because you're renting these properties, you're doing that whole vacation rental thing, the Airbnb, the VRBO, the vacation rental thing. I'm like, bro, you got to get reviews from the people that are staying at your vacation property. You have a beautiful property here. You need to get reviews. And he goes, I don't know why I haven't been getting reviews. Let me look at my reviews. And he had like a 1. I mean, he had like a 1 star, Ruben. This guy's been renting out his property for years. He had under a 2 star. So, I mean, these are practical moves. Now, the next thing is your website. We have got to optimize your real website. And a lot of people, they find these Ty Lopez videos, not to call out Ty Lopez, but come on, Ty Lopez, come on. And they go to these Ty Lopez videos. Hey, have you seen these, Ruben? Have you seen the Ty Lopez videos?
I have.
I'm going to pull this up just so people can get an example of what I'm talking about. This is Ty Lopez on a jet, okay, and then books. So this is a real commercial. This is a real thing. I'm not making this up. So this is Ty Lopez. He's on a jet reading books. Let me pull it up here. Where's Ty Lopez? Come on. Ty Lopez. Okay, let me come here. Ty Lopez on a jet. Let me get it. I'm going to get it. Here he is. Oh, yeah, here he goes. Here's.
You know what I like more than flying in a private jet like this? My books.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Actually not, but I do bring books with me because.
And he wants us to believe that he's on this private jet with this woman, and this woman, and this dude reading books.
We were just talking a little bit earlier on. The question was how to figure out what you should do with your life, like your destiny, what you're meant to do, what your purpose is. And I find that's the most common question. And I was just thinking about it when I was here. We're flying to the biggest investor conference in the world.
Get out of here. So there's a lot of people, they watch videos like that, how to get rich quick, no money down, and they're trying to get rich in like 7 minutes. And I'm trying to teach people how to build massive success over time. Okay, I'm not trying to teach how to get rich quick. And so we have to optimize your real website, and we have entire shows about that. And on part 2 of today's show, folks, I'm going to introduce you to the godfather of search engine optimization. His name is Bruce Clay. He actually has written many books on search engine optimization. I have paid him $8,000 per month for multiple contracts to teach me what I now know years ago. I paid this guy $8,000 a month. It's a contract to teach me stuff. It's a phenomenal. So we're going to do an interview with Bruce Clay. That's Bruce Clay from the godfather of search engine optimization. So we've optimized your website, but we have to write content every single week to make that website rank in the search engine. So after we optimize it, we've got to write content every single week. Also on your website, you have to have a no-brainer. Your no-brainer you have right now is schedule your first mow for $5. You have a thing where you can read the reviews. You have to create a conversion video on the website. There's a lot of details. We'll get into that on part 2 of today's show. Next, we have to pull the weekly stats. Why do we have to pull the stats? For anybody out there that's going, Ruben, I don't pull the weekly stats. Why do I have to pull the weekly statistics and look at them every single week, sir?
Well, I didn't see the value at first in doing weekly statistics. I was kind of annoyed at my coach when they wanted to do this every single week. I was like, you're making me do more work. So I was kind of annoyed at that, but I started doing that. I at first, the way I was tracking it was, let me look at the bank account. Is there more money than was there last week? Okay, great. Then we're doing great. We're profitable. But doing this has given us some structure so we can see every week how much money is coming in, how much are we spending, how much is the profit, what is our customer acquisition cost, how much are we spending on ads, how many ads are we converting, where are we converting those ads from? Are they coming from Google? Are they coming from any other search engines? Out of the people that call us, how many do we convert into members? Because we do have a membership for our customers, so we know exactly how much money is coming in every month, and we know if we're going to make enough money to be able to pay our bills. So this has been great. We also track here our video reviews. We track our Google reviews. We track our competitors' reviews to see how we're doing against them. The number of customers being added. If we're losing any customers, we track that. Conversion rate. There's a lot of things that we're tracking on this tracking sheet. And this thing has, I think this has taken us to the next level for sure.
And I'll tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you think that Ruben is a male model, yeah, he could be a male model, but he's a real person. And the company's toplawnpros.com. Real guy, okay? The only difference between he and you is he took the time to schedule a free 13-point assessment. He took the time to schedule a free 13-point assessment. And I'll tell you this, I do free 13-point assessments. I did one. That's why I was about 5 minutes behind for our interview today. And I was talking to a knucklehead, a complete knucklehead, a guy who is not a good fit. And I'll tell you why he's not a good fit. He wants something for nothing. He wants a get-rich-quick strategy, and he wants to, have his business grow without putting in the work. And you've got to be willing to put in the work. I believe it's about 5 hours a week of homework that you have to do every week to make the system work. How long per week does it take you to implement? We've got a 28-page business plan, and we're working through it. But how long does it take per week for you to implement the systems that we're teaching you to grow?
Yeah, we are probably anywhere between 5 and 10 hours every week of time outside of, business hours doing this. So putting numbers into the tracking sheet, doing our 30-minute interviews, looking at our ads, different things that we're doing. My coach is working with me on systems right now. So optimizing systems, having checklists, adding those for our team members. I think we put a good 5 to 10 hours a week.
How would you describe the business coaching for you as being slightly effective, life-changing, moderately effective, good? How would you describe what the business coaching has done for your business?
Well, here's why I reached out and I decided that this was worth my time and the money. I listened to the podcast. I knew what Clay was saying. He's like, okay, go get reviews. So that's one of the first things that I started doing. I said, okay, I started listening to the podcast. Before I listened to the podcast, I probably had like 13 reviews. Then I went to the business conference and listened to how valuable it was to get those reviews. So by the time I went to the conference and started the coaching program, I was already at 60 reviews. So I started, working at this. It was about 3 months between the conference time and when I started the coaching. So I got 60 reviews, or about 60 during that time. And then after that, I just started implementing this, go get reviews from every single customer. So the coaching has just been invaluable for me. Holding me accountable has been one of the best things that, so if nothing else, if we didn't track anything, just holding me accountable to do what I said I was going to do has been one of the biggest things that I can, and then challenging me. I got that coach that, just challenges me every week. Hey, did you do the group interviews? Hey, did you get more reviews? Hey, did you call back this customer? So just holding me accountable to doing the things that I said I was going to do is probably, one of the biggest things there.
One of our clients, we're going to interview him next. I believe he'll be on today's show, and then we'll have Bruce Clay on part 3 of today's show. His name is Gabe Salinas. His company is called Window Ninjas. And Gabe was a startup when we met him. And I think he now has, I don't want to exaggerate, I think he has, we'll say, more than 5 locations of his window cleaning company. I don't want to get the number wrong. We'll let Gabe tell you on today's show, but he's a normal guy. But the one thing that you do and that Gabe does and that all of our wonderful clients, I mean, we worked with OxyFresh for over a decade. They now have over 500 locations, oxifresh.com. We've worked with Tip Top Canine to help them grow from 1 location now to, I think, 17 locations. I mean, it's just incredible growth. All of you have in common 2 traits. There's a lot of other traits, but there's 2 in particular. You're diligent, meaning that you are willing to sow the seeds needed to reap the harvest. You're willing to consistently, you're diligent doers. You put in the work. And diligent means you're treating people the way that you would want to be treated while you're sowing the seeds. And the second thing I have found is coachability. And I find that if you're willing to have somebody who knows the way to teach you what to do, success is absolutely possible. Ruben, I'll give you the final word. For anybody out there that's thinking about attending a workshop or thinking about scheduling a one-on-one consultation, what would you say to him, sir?
Well, if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to do the work and the nitty-gritty behind the scenes, then definitely reach out for this coaching program. If you want somebody that'll do everything for you and you want the magic to happen, then don't reach out. I don't think this will be a good fit for you. But definitely, if you want to grow your business, and the sky is the limit when you've got a business coach, for sure.
And we only work with 160 clients, and people always ask me, why don't you work with 1,000 then? Because I'm going to I'm going to a birthday party today for my twin daughters. I'm going to have a great time at that today. I'm going to take my wife on a date tonight. And there's a lot of things I enjoy to my life beyond just business growth. And I've built a schedule that allows me to have time freedom and financial freedom. And that's what it's all about there. Ruben, thank you so much for being so diligent and so coachable. It's a pleasure to work with you guys. And again, folks, if you happen to be in the Riverview, Florida area, check out toplawnpros.com. That's toplawnpros.com. Ruben, take care and have a great day.
All right, you too, Clay. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrive Time Show, starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. One month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood.
This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring, and then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us, make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25, 35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that one sounds super amazing. Go to our website, tiptopcanine.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top Canine is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income, but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top Canine through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top Canine is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people, because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.